Hi, I am the oldest daughter of Connie Mae Booker, and I'm not going to come here today to talk to you about how wonderful she was or how much she participated in all of our activities or how much my mom played with us growing up, that she could jump rope. She played jacks with us. We skipped as a family down 28th Street in East St. Louis, and how she just spent all of her time going from elementary schools to high schools to junior high schools to support 8 children. And I won't tell you that she adopted 3 more and then that she was a foster parent to even more. I won't tell you that she has spent a lifetime helping people. But I will tell you this. My mother had a very close relationship with God. There was a time about 15 years ago when she had gone to a store on State Street in East St. Louis, and somebody walked up behind her and put a gun behind her back. And they told her to get in her car, and she stood firm and she said no. And the person said, "I am going to shoot you in the back." And she said, "Well, you will have to do it because I'm not getting in my car." And the guy pushed the gun in her back and said, "I'm telling you now to get in the car." And my mother again said no. The guy took off running. And when my mother was telling us this story, I asked her, "Were you afraid?" And she said, "No, because God was with me." That's how she was. She was strong and she was faithful to God. I remember the things that she taught us, even about paying tithes. She would say, either you pay it or God is going to get it in some kind of way. You're going to get a high electric bill or your car is going to break down. But when you pay it, you get so many bountiful blessings. And I can remember seeing her after paying tithes the following week come and show me a check that she received in the mail that she didn't expect and didn't even understand why she received. And she would constantly show me the fruit of paying tithes. That's the kind of Christian she was. She didn't talk it. She showed it through what was going on in her life. My mother knew that she was dying. 3 years ago, we lost my father. And about 6 months after his death, she said, "My time is going to be soon." We didn't want to hear it. My nephew and I would listen to her, but we didn't want to hear that. And so I would say, "Mom, I don't want to hear that. Please stop talking like that." And she said, "You need to listen to me." And I wouldn't. I would get up and I would leave. And then she would come back weeks later and she would say, "My time is going to be soon." And I would just get upset and say, "Mom, please stop talking like that. Nobody want to hear that. You can live till you're 100 years old." And she said, "God promised us 70. And I'm 78 years old and I'm living on bonus years. And I'm happy with that." And I would just get so upset. "No, Mom." And my nephew and I would say we don't want to hear it, but she was consistent in telling us that she had been having all these dreams and that God was letting her know her time was soon to come. After we had that conversation, I decided to give her a big all-white party because I wanted to celebrate her, to show her that we loved her and let her know, give her roses now. And it's ironic because I didn't want to believe her, but something was telling me to listen. So one day as she was sitting on the couch, she again told me, she said, "I'm going to be soon leaving, and you need to know where important things are." That was a day I kind of listened to her, I paid attention. But I also asked her, I said, "Mom, are you afraid of dying?" And she said, "No, I'm not afraid of dying because I've been a Christian since I was a little girl. I love God, and I know that Jesus died to save us from sin. I've talked to him, and he's forgiven me for sins, both known and unknown." And she said, "I'm not afraid of dying because I'll be dying in Jesus." And I just want to leave this with everybody. My mother wasn't ill when she told us that. My nephew was a witness to it. She constantly tried to get us informed and to prepare us, but nothing can never prepare you for death. But my sister-in-law, Marion, said her assignment on earth was completed, and she knew it, and she was preparing us. No man knows the hour or the time, but my mother knew that her assignment was coming to a completion. And I have to be grateful that my mother died in Jesus. And what I want to tell everybody is that there are so many signs of things to come, that Jesus is returning. And we have to stay woke. We have to stay laser focused, as one of my colleagues have said. And we have to give ourselves to Jesus and be spiritually prepared so that we can have that same confidence that my mom had, that she was going to be dying in Jesus. We're going to miss her. We love her dearly, but our family is going to continue to survive it. And I thank you all for being here with our family today.